Hello everyone. My dear students and all who are here to listen to me, I welcome you all to my class. My name is Mohanto Goswami. I teach English at higher secondary levels. So I again welcome you all to my class, BG's classes. আজি আমি ইন্ট্রোডাক্টরি ক্লাস হিসাবে প্রথমে আমি যেহেতু আমি ইংরাজি পড়িম দ্য ইংলিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ইংলিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজটো কি what does it involve, what does language learning involve সেই বিষয় so language learning involves four basic skills of the language. That is first one is listening, second one is speaking, then reading and writing. These are also called macro skills. There are some other skills also. These are the four basic skills of learning a language. Learning a language and learn about a language are different. Learning a language means trying to acquire the four basic skills of the language along with the micro skills. Micro skills are what? Pronunciation, spelling, vocabulary. These are some of the, and communication. These are some of the micro skills along with the four basic skills of the language. And while learning a foreign language, we should always try to follow the normal pattern, natural order of learning a language. That is, the first one is listening. When a child is born, if he or she or it first listens to others, his elders, his parents, his mother first, his or her or its mother, then father, then other relatives, kith and kin, and elders, and also neighbors. He follows the sound patterns of the language. This is listening. And effective listening is listening comprehension. When you listen to someone speaking a language, that means you comprehend, at least to a great extent, you understand what he is saying, what he is trying to say. So listening comprehension, that means you listen to him, you listen to the language spoken by someone, and you comprehend the language. You comprehend the intonation, sound patterns, vocabulary. So listening is a basic skills of the language, and along with listening comes speaking, the natural order of learning a language. We often what we do for, especially for vernacular medium schools, we begin with writing. We begin with writing. We are taught to copy the letters of the alphabet. English. While I am talking about learning English, our process, our pattern, our order is somewhat like this. We first learn writing, but here the natural order, writing comes at the last. So we are taught writing the letters of the alphabet. The letters of the first, we are taught the letters of the alphabet. There are 26 alphabets of the English language, and we are taught to copy the letters. But that is not the natural way of learning a language. For example, when a child learns his mother tongue, as I said earlier, he first listens to others and he follows, he copies, he apes, he copies and he apes the sound patterns, intonation patterns of the language, sound patterns. Then, without learning to read and write, he can speak the language after a few months or few years. He can speak the language. He can follow his elders, his parents, his neighbors and others, kith and kin, and he can reproduce the sounds and sound patterns of the language by following, by apping, by copying the elders, his parents or her parents. So this is till that time he doesn't know the letters of the language, he doesn't know how to read, how to write, and then comes the skill, an important skill, reading. When you read, when you say you have acquired reading skills, you have acquired reading skills, you have mastered reading skills, that means when you read the letters of a language, of a target language, you understand what is there, you understand, you can comprehend, you can understand and you can comprehend what is there in it. What does the writer want to convey? What does the writer want to convey? That is reading with comprehension. Reading with comprehension. Reading with insight. And also you should know the cultural ethos and cultural pattern in which the language is spoken. And language is primarily spoken. Language is primarily spoken. The written forms comes after that. There are so many dialects in the world which still don't have written forms. No script of their own. So this is the 4 basic skills of the language. Then comes writing. As Francis Bacon, the famous essayist, says, writing makes a perfect man. Writing makes a man perfect. That means after acquiring to some extent at least, acquiring all the 3 basic skills of the language, now it's your turn to learn writing. Now it's your turn to learn writing, and writing makes you perfect, and that means you have mastered the language, you know the language. That is the difference between knowing about a language and knowing a language. When you say I know English, that means at least to some extent you have mastered the 4 basic skills of the language. But when you say I know about English, you know there are millions of vocabulary words are there, then something about their culture, their history, and how many words are there in this language, in that language. That is knowing about a language. And the last skill is writing. These are called macro skills. These are called macro skills of the language. Language is a habit. Language is a habit, language is a behavior. So, practice language, a language needs practice because language is a habit. If you don't speak the language, that means you have not acquired, you have not mastered that language. And when you can speak the language without any fear or apprehension to a native, in front of a native speaker of that language, that means you have tried to master the skills of that language, because language is primarily spoken. So these are the basic skills of the language. And for a vernacular medium students, for students coming from vernacular mediums, there is some sort of a fear psychosis in their mind. It's about the English language, because English is spoken all over the world. It is a lingua franca. Almost all people in the world understand English, can communicate to at least to some extent, and there are so many varieties of English in the whole world. There are so many regional varieties and there are so many dialects in England itself, and there are so many regional varieties. Here in India also we have many regional varieties. What we call interference variety. Mother tongue comes and interferes with our English speaking. So there are so many Englishes, as we call in a lighter vein. There are so many Englishes prevalent in India. Assamese English, Bengali English, Tamil English, Bihari English, Gujarati English, Marathi English, Punjabi. So whenever we try to speak the language, mother tongue comes and interferes with our speaking, with our reading. So that is called interference variety. That's why we tend to read the language or speak the language the way we speak our mother tongue. The way we speak our mother tongue. We readily cannot imbibe or ape the intonation patterns, sound patterns, the rhythm of the language. After much practice and effort, we can definitely utter the words. We can definitely utter the words of the language or speak the language fluently. When we acquire fluency, if we are exposed to different situations in the language, then we acquire fluency very easily. Otherwise, just reading about the language will not give us fluency in that language. We have to expose ourselves to different situations of the language, not only the classroom situation. In the present scenario, nowadays the spread of internet and all have made it somewhat easier for the students of vernacular medium schools or colleges to expose themselves to the language, especially the English language, their sound patterns, their intonation patterns, their skills, macro and micro skills, but still there is a huge gap between the actual situation and the projected scenario, because we speak English only in, and we listen to English words or English sentences only in classroom. So we are not, that means we are not exposed to the, we need much exposure. We in different situations, we are not exposed to the language in different situations. So here I am asking you to try to acquire the 4 basic skills of the language, at least to some extent, and also the micro skills of the language like pronunciation, vocabulary, spelling, dictionary, all, and what we do, when we try to learn the language, we should approach it as a language. As I have told earlier, language is a habit, language is behavior. So we should try to learn acquire the basic skills of the language along with the micro skills. It's not like other subject. It's not like physics, chemistry, or pole science, political science, or economics. It's not like, it's a skill subject. It's all about skill. It's a skill subject. And for vernacular medium students, one area of importance is the spelling. English spelling is not phonetic. That is their weakness. That is their weakness. They cannot properly spell the words of English, because English spelling is not phonetic. That means we usually do not pronounce the English words as we spell them, or you can say that we do not spell the words, English words, as we pronounce them, and it makes it difficult for students belonging to vernacular medium schools, for example Assamese, Bengali, or other medium schools, to learn English spelling, because English spelling is not phonetic. And some say that English spelling is crazy, somewhat illogical. We cannot say that, because English spelling is like that. There are so many spellings. We can give many examples. Like, for example, I read a book. R-E-A-D, I read a book. Same spelling. Same spelling. When I say I have read the book, spelling is same but pronunciation is different. R-E-A-D, pronunciation is I have read the book. And if you say my favorite color is red, same pronunciation but spelling is different. My favorite color is red. So there are so many. There are some instances, examples, which tend and which make us pronounce that English spelling in most cases is illogical. For example, lieutenant, L-I-U-T-E-N-A-N-T. We spell the words like L-I-U-T-E-N-A-N-T, lieutenant, but lieutenant, we pronounce it like that. Then restaurant, R-E-S-T-A-U-R-A-N-T, restaurant. So English spelling doesn't follow the sound patterns. doesn't follow. There are so many languages which are phonetic. Especially, you have heard of Spanish language. Spanish language is a phonetic language. That's why you can easily learn the spellings in that language, in the Spanish language, because they are phonetic. You spell the words as you pronounce them. There are so many examples, and it creates a whole lot of problems for our students, and they get frightened, they get scared in their approach to the language. But we have to be, all spellings are not illogical. 25% spellings may be illogical. To some extent, illogical means what? They do not follow the logic of sound patterns or intonation patterns when you spell them. So these are some of the basic things about language. We have to approach the language as a skilled subject, and we have to acquire the basic skills of the language. Along with, we have to be very careful about English spelling. English spelling. Here in India, we usually follow the RP variety of English, that is received pronunciation, that is British English, and there are very influential American English. Since the United States of America is gaining ground, so their influence all over the world has become very prominent. So American English is increasingly becoming popular day by day, and in the age of internet. And then American English, what they have done, they have simplified the spelling system. They have simplified the spelling system, pattern of pronunciation. For example, they don't write the program PROGRAMME. They write simply PROGRAM. As they pronounce it, they spell the word. And like restaurant, they don't write RESTAURANT, but simply RASTURANT. So this is all about the language. You have to be very careful while you have to be very. So today we will finish our introductory class here. See you then, and look forward to meet you again in our class. Thank you so much.